Yeah, good afternoon. I am Dr. Javaji Satish, MDDM gastroenterologist from Satish Gastro and Liver Center, Vijayawada. Today we will discuss about viral hepatitis. Commonly there are different types of viral hepatitis. The usually common varieties are viral hepatitis A, B, C, D and E. Out of these hepatitis A and E are acute viral illnesses. They cause acute viral hepatitis. They are foodborne diseases, means they are transmitted from person to person by contaminated water and food, and they usually lead to an acute illness, and usually they resolve with conservative therapy. The other are chronic viral hepatitis. Usually they are hepatitis B and hepatitis C viruses. These two viruses are one of the common cause of chronic liver disease, liver cirrhosis and liver cancer. Out of these, both hepatitis B and hepatitis C are chronic viral hepatitis. They can also have acute illness or acute presentation. Out of these, first we'll discuss about hepatitis B virus. So hepatitis B virus is a DNA virus usually transmitted from person to person by infected blood and body fluids. For example, semen, saliva. Multiple sexual partners, heterosexuals, IV drug abusers, hemodialysis, patients receiving hemodialysis, patients receiving multiple blood products or multiple surgeries or multiple platelet transfusion in during seasonal illnesses like dengue fever usually can acquire hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis B virus also can be transmitted from an infected mother to the fetus. The transmission rate from mother to fetus is usually on an average around 30%. It all depends on the viral load. The higher the virus, the higher the chance of that particular infant to get the virus from the mother. So out of hepatitis B, usually the rate of hepatitis B virus going on to chronicity usually depends on the time of acquisition of the infection. Usually acquiring infection during infancy or childhood leads to chronic infection in almost 90%, during childhood in around 30%, and in adulthood only 5 to 10% will go on to develop chronic hepatitis B. Out of these, few patients will go on to develop liver cirrhosis and further may progress down to liver cancer. So hepatitis B virus usually is an asymptomatic illness. Usually it is detected by routine blood screening, especially during blood donation camps, or whoever donates the blood, they get a call from the blood bank that they are infected with the hepatitis B virus. HBsAg is the commonly performed test to diagnose an hepatitis B virus. Usually that is routinely done by a strip method, but we can do by an ELISA method, or we can do a HPV DNA to confirm that the particular individual is having the virus. So all hepatitis B patients need not usually worry, because they develop chronic liver disease in only few patients. So they need further evaluation and further workup and to diagnose and treat them as acute or chronic hepatitis B. Usually patients will be asymptomatic. Acute hepatitis B can present like any other viral illness with flu-like symptoms, malaise, headache, jaundice, anorexia, vomitings, right upper quadrant or epigastric pain, abdomen. And a chronic hepatitis B usually is asymptomatic unless they don't go on to develop liver cirrhosis, where it's like any other cirrhosis. They can have ascites, pedal edema, jaundice, anorexia, upper GI bleed, encephalopathy, low platelet count, so they can have various manifestations. So diagnosing hepatitis B is very important. So we need to screen all the family members of hepatitis B patients, and we need to give them vaccination. Hepatitis B is a infectious disease where the vaccination is available. We can prevent transmission from a particular individual to another by giving vaccination. So hepatitis B vaccine usually is given in a short intramuscular 1 ml injection has to be given. Usually the dosage prescribed is 0, 1 and 6 months, and a booster can be given at 1 year of age. Hepatitis B also can be prevented from mother to infant by certain oral drugs, and also by giving hepatitis B immunoglobulin and vaccine to the infant soon after delivery. So there are various treatment modalities available for treatment of hepatitis B virus. They are usually oral drugs There are 5 oral drugs available. They are lamivudine, telbuvudine, tenofovir, edifovir, and entecavir. Out of these, nowadays we are using routinely entecavir and tenofovir. The other being, maybe you can call them as outdated. Entecavir and tenofovir are the routinely prescribed drugs for treatment of hepatitis B virus, and there are interferon injection. Pegylated interferon also can be given as a shot once in a week. Usually it has to be given for a duration of 24 to 48 weeks. And hepatitis B virus can definitely be treated, diagnosed and cured. So high risk individuals, especially patients who are having multiple sexual partners, who are taking IV drugs or who are on hemodialysis, or family members of hepatitis B positive patients, all has to be screened for hepatitis B and they have to be vaccinated. The general precautions for any hepatitis patients is usually have to avoid alcohol, avoid sharing needles, avoid taking drugs, take good food, and all patients on hemodialysis have to be routinely screened for hepatitis B and hepatitis C regularly. And coming to hepatitis C virus, it is considered to be one of the chronic viral hepatitis. It's an RNA virus. Usually it is also transmitted similarly from one individual to another by either majority of hepatitis C virus usually transmitted by IV drug abuse or in contaminated needles. Sexual transmission or mother to infant transmission in hepatitis C is very rare. So out of the hepatitis C individuals, there are 6 genotypes. There are genotype 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So depending on the genotype, the treatment varies. And hepatitis C usually goes on to develop chronic liver disease in almost 70 to 80% of the patients. So hepatitis C virus is considered to be more problematic compared to hepatitis B virus, usually because it goes into developing liver cirrhosis or liver cancer in majority of the individuals. They usually present late. They present with either after the development of liver cirrhosis or even liver cancer. So usually hepatitis C patients in an acute stage, usually they are majority are asymptomatic or like any other viral illness, but chronic liver disease, once they attain, they develop the symptoms of anorexia, fatigue, pedal edema, ascites, jaundice and upper GI bleed like any other cirrhosis. The treatment for hepatitis C usually is again there are various drugs available. The approved drugs in India right now are pegylated interferon, alpha 2A or alpha 2B along with the ribavirin, which has to be given for 24 to 48 weeks depending on the genotype, and sustained viral response, that is a negative RNA at 6 months after completion of therapy, can be achieved in hepatitis C virus depending on the genotype. Genotype 2 and 3 it can be achieved in almost 90%, genotype 1, 4, 5 and 6 it's almost 80%, 70 to 80%. So hepatitis C virus has treatment. So patients who are detected to be HCV positive on routine investigations, they should always contact a gastroenterologist or hepatologist and get themselves completely worked up and get themselves treated. Save your liver, protect your liver, you can live longer, you can do much healthier, and avoid consuming alcohol. It always protects your liver.